Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beard, the feature race at Aqueduct on Sunday. Race number eight's the Maddie May. These are New York bred three-year-old fillies going a one-turn mile. Let's take a look at this big field. We've got 10 in here. My Main Squeeze, 7-5 on the morning line. Breaking from the far outside, and My Main Squeeze looked good last time out, winning the Franklin Square. 88 Beyer speed figure in her three-year-old debut.
Big forward move in the most recent start. That was sprinting, Dan, but she also won over this distance in her final start as a 2-year-old. She's looking for her third straight stakes win.
Let's see where the Timeform US folks have her on the pace projector. They have her in mid-pack in the clear behind what is expected to be a fast pace. The number 4 Landed for Wesley Ward was a gate-to-wire winner last time out. Kara's time stretches out, and the last time she ran a one-turn mile, she blasted away to the lead. So, yeah, I can see a quick pace.
Yeah, me too. I won't be surprised when they go a little bit early in here. We'll see, who winds up on the lead and how fast they have to go. The good news for the morning line favorite is she's drawn outside. She's very tactical.
Kara's time, the number 1, is already a stakes winner. She won the Joseph A. Jimma going 7/8 of a mile. She ran well in her 2 subsequent starts. What happened last time out in the Franklin Square? It was a race where she was up close to the pace, but she didn't really have any response when Dylan Davis called on her.
It was very disappointing last time. I mean, it did sort of feel like Davis didn't really want to contest that pace, so he didn't send her. But man, once she got overtaken on the backstretch, she just stopped running. Pretty disappointing there, Dan. I mean, the good news for her, I guess, is she has bounced back from a poor performance before with a stakes win. They're going to try to do that here. I'm a fan of hers. I think she's pretty good. I'm not sure the mile's her best distance.
Bernie Takes Charge also comes out of the Franklin Square. She ran pretty well that day. She kind of advanced in between horses on the turn with the winner to her outside, and she fought very gamely down to inside the 16th pole before succumbing late. Now, she already has a win at a mile coming out of the chute at Saratoga. I wonder if she's finally figuring this game out.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I just appreciate the way that she keeps getting better every time she gets sent out there. And I know it looks like a really big jump last time, and maybe that sort of makes you suspicious of that figure. But man, did she run well in that race. And she just would not let My Main Squeeze put her away until it was very late. They put an acre of ground on the rest of those horses.
Although the number 3 Baroness Bourbon graduated for only a $20,000 open claiming tag, she ran well in her first start against winners. First level allowance for New York breds. She's going to come from off of the pace here. She looms on the outside, and she's going to sustain her run, just missed by a nose. Now, she's stepping up in class, but she could get the right setup here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, maybe they go in front of her. She sits and she makes another late run here to pick up the pieces. Obviously, she's in really tough here, and she's going to be a big price. But at least she backed up the maiden win 2 starts back with this effort. I mean, she ran fine in here.
Yeah, looks like she's figuring it out as well. This daughter of Lauban just missing going the one-turn mile. Up next is the Wesley Ward trainee, the 4 Landed. It was a Wesley Ward first-time starter that didn't win. If you kept the faith, you scored second time out. Although she was the 17-10 favorite, Landed showed much improved early speed, stretching out to the mile. She opens up here, and she's too good.
Yeah, this is a real step forward for her. She ran fine sprinting first time out. She didn't look like much of a sprinter. You expect the Ward horses to be fast and ready, but that wasn't really the case with her, but she ran fine, took a big step forward here. She wins this race very easily, even though it doesn't come back that fast. She's got a huge pedigree behind her. It really feels like she's just going to keep getting better every time they send her out there. She's very dangerous in here.
The 5 is Midnight Concerto, who made her debut at Saratoga. Just didn't break very well in a pretty competitive field. They gave her some time. They brought her back going the one-turn mile. She showed a lot of improvement in this short field, running down a horse on the lead that's got at least 3.5 lengths on her at the 3/16 pole, but the Beyer just came back so light, Mike. Only a 39?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll give her credit for getting the job done here because there wasn't really any point in the stretch where it looked like she was going to do it. But she will start to make ground late in here. It's such a slow race, Dan. Listen, her debut was fine. She got running way too late in there. It was sort of the similar case here. So maybe she's just not the finished article yet. But boy, she better improve quickly.
Money Grabs only raced once at a mile. She won that race at Aqueduct as an odds-on favorite on the lead. They shipped her down to Laurel Park to run in the Gin Talking Stakes. This is an open stake going 7/8 of a mile. She didn't have that kind of speed, turning back into a sprint. She saves ground every step. She gives an even finish. But the filly Carmelina that won this race, she'd be favored in here.
Yeah, I'm a Carmelina fan. It even feels like, and you can speak to this better than I can, it even feels like the runner-up of that race might be pretty good. And Money Grab just couldn't really impact them, but she stays on at the end here. I actually liked her maiden win too back then. I thought she ran really well in that.
Walk with Me is up next. That's the number 7. She was a gate to wire winner in her debut. She pulled off an 8-1 upset for a very underrated barn, and she showed that race was for real. This is an underrated effort in her second lifetime start against New York Stallion Series competition. Didn't break the best, is sort of over and behind horses in the stretch. This is a lot for a second time starting 2-year-old to overcome. It's got to alter course all the way to the outside. And now she's going to come with a good kick to get second.
Yeah, and while all that was going on, the winner is just coming right up the inside without a draw in her path. I mean, she lost ground around the turn in here, like maybe she wasn't going to run, and then she runs again at the end of this race. You're right. This is a pretty promising performance.
Curious to see how she'll get the added distance. Just on the face of it, you see Central Banker over a posse mare. You
Hmm.
think sprinting, but she was running on at the end there. Up from Gulfstream Park is Blueeyed Warrior, who scored in a 12,500 claiming event, going 7/8, as you can see, over a very wet track. She went to the lead, and she just kept right on going. She was claimed by an outfit that has been sending out some live horses.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. She certainly improved here, Dan, but man, did she have all the best of it here. This pace isn't fast. They sort of let her make her way to the lead up the inside without really challenging her. And then there's like nobody running behind her. I don't know. I mean, she's run fine in her first 2 starts. I don't know if she's this good.
Rumant is the number 9. Kendrick Carmouche was aboard for this debut win for Kerry Bryan. Went right to the front in here. Didn't have to go very fast to establish the lead. They went 48-2 to the half, but she is strong in the stretch. And this filly took a little bit of money in this race, Mike, like she could run a little bit. And I think she's got an underrated pedigree.
Yeah, I agree. They bet her, and she was just really professional in here. Yeah, she had a soft trip, and she had all the best of it on the lead. And by the way, the horse that's chasing her, who's fading to third right now, who was the favorite, as it turns out, she's just not any good. But this horse did a lot of good things in this race.
My Mean Squeeze is up next, and this is the horse they're all going to have to beat. She's won 3 out of her last 4. The only loss came in a sloppy track. Here's her win in the Franklin Square. Bernie takes charges in between. My Main Squeeze coasted up on the outside to get into contention. Looks like My Main Squeeze is going to go on to win. Give Bernie's Take Charge some credit. She's going to fight all the way down to the stripes, but My Main Squeeze always finds just a little more.
Yeah, she gets the job done here. But yeah, she does have to work a little bit. It's still a really good performance. Cutting back off the layoff, having to make an early move, all those things. And it comes back fast as well. Her win 2 starts back. She got a perfect trip that day, but she also really ran well that day. She's the horse to beat.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Maddie May at Aqueduct on Sunday. Mike, you're going with Landed, the number 4 for Wesley Ward, just like the way she won second time out. Wesley's taking his time with this one.
Yeah, I think there's more to come with this filly. We'll see. It's a little bit of a layoff. It's certainly a tougher race, but I think she might be pretty good.
I think Bernie's Take Charge is really just improving with each and every start. Mile's not going to be an issue for her, and I think she can just sort of track in behind the leaders while saving some ground. I think a good trip should be coming, and maybe the price will be okay. 410.26 for Mike, 210.46 for me. It's the Maddie May at the Big A on Sunday. Good luck.